Nikki, you home? Oh shit! What the hell? Did you just shit on my floor? Did you piss on my floor too? What? What's on your mouth? There better not be shit. Oh, Bear, I wanted to wait here for you all day because I missed you. I don't give a shit. Hold on. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Letty, and we're back with another video. Yes, I have taken a while to come back out with a video. Y'all, my job was trying to kill me. Like, why am I closing and opening and doing mids and closing and opening doing mids? I'm tired. But I'm back. Today's movie is Obsession. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, the movie starts off with a dude named Bear practicing how he's gonna ask this girl who's his crush out. Now, he's been friend zoned multiple times and he just can't take no for an answer. Sir, she don't like you like that. Now, after this embarrassing moment, Bear's homeboy Ian steps in, slides in, kicks the waitress out that he's been practicing his lines on, and they end up talking, and Ian is like, bro, just ask her out. Be like, you want to go get a drink sometimes? Do something, because you not doing anything ain't gonna help. She not gonna know how you feel. And here go Bear over here sweating, looking all greasy. Now Bear get home and his cat dead on the floor. I mean dead. The cat done popped some oxys and he done floated away. Rest in peace to the cat. But he laying in bed liking all the Nikki pictures, and that's when Nikki calls and, is asking, is he gonna be at work, because she's about to put her 2 weeks notice in. And Bear sat up immediately. He like, hold on, where my fine shit about to go? Nikki and Bear are on the phone. Nikki ends up dropping her crystal necklace down a drain, which makes me think, boo-boo, you in trouble. This is a sign that something finna happen and you ain't paying attention. Maybe you don't need this crystal necklace because your red flags are not up. This prompts Bear to go and buy her a new crystal necklace in a magic store. But something else catches his attention, something called One Wish Willow. And the lady is like, oh, we done had a lot of complaints about this. And he like, oh, like it's fake, like it don't work. And she's like, oh, but do you want to buy it? I'm like, like, are you not picking up on the P's and the Q's and the TRS's and the UVs? Like, come on, man. He ends up buying the One Wish Willow, and he goes to the bar and meets Nikki, Ian, and the homegirl. I will find her name out. Y'all know over here, I don't be knowing names now. But they're in there, they're having fun, and Nikki wants to go get some shots from the bar, and Bear follows her like a little golden retriever. She's like, well, what's the important news you had to tell me, Bear? What's going on? And Bear chokes. He does not say anything. Like, come on, bro. You just gonna stalk her from a distance? Damn, at least tell her how you feel. Now, as Scooby-Doo and the gang are leaving the bar, Ian's like, let's go to Greedo's. And Nikki's like, I just want to go home. I'm tired. And Ian's like, oh, you gonna say no to karaoke? She said she tired, bro. She want to go home. So in order for her to get a ride home, Bear nominates himself to take Nikki home because he crushing real hard. Now, whenever they get to Nikki's house, as soon as she gets out the car, Bear wants to attempt to tell her how he feels about her, but he chokes yet again. Somebody do the Heimlich on this man. He keep choking. Now, instead of telling Nikki how he feels, he decides to take it upon himself to open his One Wish Willow and wish that Nikki loved him more than anything else in this world. He breaks the stick. And Nikki, where the hell you come from, girl? Because I thought you went in the house. They go back and forth about Nikki wanting Bear to come in the house. And she's like, you know what? No, I'll just go to your place. Now here go the bullshit. It's already starting. Now they get back to Bear's place and she's like, oh, this place is bigger than your last place. Yes, grandma, she left it to me. So, I got a little mansion or whatever. And they get in the room and he's like, okay, well, you can sleep in here and I'll go sleep on the couch or something. And Nikki like, no. Proceeds to take her shirt off, got her yitties out, and it's like, you can just sleep with me. Bear said, oh, hell yeah. This is what I've been waiting for. Now, he end up sneaking out the bed. He go and look and see on something called Probe it's got an alien. I don't know, that's a little freaky for me. But he starts looking up, is one wish Willow real? And he starts seeing some posts on Reddit that's like, no, they're not real, it's not real, blah blah blah. But he comes across a few posts that's like, yeah, it's real. Ask me how I know. If you can't tell that this is real, because she was finna go in her house and just chill out for the rest of the night, you broke that little stick wishing that she loved you more than anything in the world, and here she is. Boy, if you don't put one and one together, make two. Now the next morning, Bear come in the kitchen and he sees Sandy laying there on the floor at some makeshift altar, and Nikki talk about she thought it was gonna be a good idea. Boy, are your spidey senses not tingling? What human in their right mind would do some shit like this? Didn't you bury the cat? The cat wasn't in the corner collecting dust, was she? I'm confused. Now they go to work at a music shop, and Nikki and Bear work at the same shop, so you know they're gonna be around each other, which is even crazier. Now Ian comes up to Bear and is like, did you fuck Nikki? And he's like, no bro, it wasn't nothing like that, but bro, I think she crazy, like something was going on. She just be having these outbursts, like I think she going through something. She said her daddy got cancer, and wait, I feel something looking. Is she looking at me? Ian said, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. This whole crazy. Look at Nikki. Ain't you supposed to be watching the floor? I could have came in there and stole a saxophone, a trumpet, a damn violin, all while she wasn't even looking. She was too busy looking at Bear. Now, whenever they leave, Bear thinks that Nikki's about to get in the car. So he says, Nikki, look, I don't think I could take you home tonight. And she said, okay, I'm just grabbing my stuff. I'm finna catch a ride with old buddy. And he was like, oh, for real? You ain't want to give me no ride? I'm gonna catch a ride with the next thing smoking. I know his feelings was a little hurt though, but I mean, you ain't want to give me no ride. Nikki ends up popping right back up at Bear's house and is like, hey Bear. Bear like, oh, Nikki, what you doing here? She said, I had to go home and wash my hands, but I'm here now. I'm back. Now, she says that she probably shouldn't have taken anything and that she was on MDMA, but earlier whenever Ian and Bear were talking, maybe Nikki was on Molly and that's why she was acting the way she is. So I'm thinking that Nikki or whatever spirit is inside of her heard that and said, let me make an excuse for my behavior. But Bear is thirstier than a man walking in the Sahara with no water. He ends up letting Nikki in. We get a montage of Nikki and Bear being together doing this cute little ratatouille shit, and that's whenever we go to them having dinner. I'm laughing because what's about to happen was wild. Now, remember when I said that Nikki told Bear that her dad has cancer and he's dying? Well, Ian calls and tells Bear while at the restaurant that Nikki is lying. Her daddy is healthy as hell. He just went to the gym yesterday. He is fine. So that makes Bear go back to the table and confront Nikki about her possibly lying about her daddy having cancer. And this sends whatever demon is inside of her on 10. Okay, she get up and start acting a fool. No, don't do that. I thought we were having a nice date. Up here sound like Ace Ventura. Girl, sit your ass down. Why you embarrassing me? I'm trying to get my plate and eat. I'm hungry. Sit down somewhere with all that hollering. Now, when they get back to the house, they start bumping uglies, and I'm not going to play that because I don't want YouTube to take my little video down, but it gave very much dry and gave very much that Nikki was not in control of her body and that demon was using her body to fuck Bear. And I don't like that because consent was nowhere to be found in this situation, and I just don't like it. Now, Bear wake up in the middle of the night. He like, Nikki ass over here in this corner acting like she a damn cat hiding in the shadows. Now, she come out and do this little 1-2 step. I don't know what's going on, but girl, you need some WD-40 on them joints. Now, he said, what you over there doing? She said, watching you sleep. He said, well, can you come back to bed? No, I want to watch you sleep. Go to sleep. And well, he take his ass back to sleep. Now, how you sleep after that, sir? I would have hauled ass because what are we doing here? Now, Bear get up the next morning and he noticed that a piece of his hair done got cut off. You already done did some black magic. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it because that girl is not in her right mind. You should be worried. I'm saying too much. Let's keep going. Now, Bear tells Nikki, now look, that shit you did last night, I don't like that. That was honestly terrifying. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. How about this? and starts doing this smile. I thought my shit was buffering. I thought I didn't have any Wi-Fi because, girl, why are you smiling so long and hard? I know your eyes is hurting from being covered up by them cheeks. He tried to leave, and look at this door. Man, you better figure out what you need to do to break this spell or get this hoe up out of here, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, sir. Nikki's standing here cheesing with this creepy ass smile. Bye, Bear. Remember this, okay? Remember this. Bear gets to work and he's talking to his best buddy, Sarah, and she's trying to get into art school, and she hasn't been getting accepted to many schools, but she has one school left, and that's Luther. Whenever they're sitting there talking, Sarah's like, when did you and Nikki start happening? Because I could have sworn she said she only likes you as a brother. Like there was no feelings, and now y'all are like dating. Look at Bear's lunch, okay? He finna eat, right? Nikki had left him something in his lunchbox, which was a picture of Nikki and Bear. But then there was another picture of Nikki that said, not me. I'm thinking that the real Nikki is trying to bust out, but that demon has such a hold, it pushes her right back through that subconscious. Nikki leaves a note that says, what's the verdict? Cat? ? She done fed this man his cat. Oh, hell to the no. If you don't run and hide from this heifer, look what you done started. You out here eating cat, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a real live cat, okay? You done had cat on white bread. Now, after this cat on white bread fiasco, Bear finds out that his homeboy Ian is throwing a party and he wasn't invited. Now, he confronts Ian in the car and is like, bro, why didn't you invite me to your party? And Ian is like, you want me to be honest? It looked like Nikki going through something and you taking advantage. And Bear's like, come on, she's all over me. You know why she all over you. You definitely are taking advantage, whether you like it or not, whether you think you are or not, sir, you are. That's not the real Nikki. Ian ends up saying that he'll uninvite his girlfriend and just be a boys' night. And he could just tell Nikki it's a boys' night because he doesn't want Nikki there because Nikki is low-key creepy, which she is. Bear get in the house and Nikki's still standing in that same spot with doo-doo up under her feet and pee-pee under her feet and possibly throw up. Bear is dumb as hell because I just don't understand why you're not making 1 and 1 equal 2, because Bear is making 1 and 1 equal 8. Now they get to the party and they're playing like drunk Jenga or something. They're pulling blocks and they have to do what's on the blocks. This black dude has wished for Bear's spot next to Nikki, so they end up swapping. Nikki pulls a block and does some Shakespeare or some shit. I don't know. It was fucking creepy. Bear pulls a block and it says you gotta kiss the person to the left of you, and who's to the left of that man? Sarah. And you think that demon inside of Nikki is gonna let that shit go off? Absolutely not. She stand up and start looking sad, and I thought my shit was buffering again because what we doing, Nikki? Nicolette, what we doing? So she go around there and she scoots Sarah ass back because you're not finna put your lips on my man. She ends up getting down and putting her lips out, and she's like, I'm to the left of you now. I ain't gonna lie, that's something I would have did. I'm not crazy, but I'm crazy because you're not finna put your lips on somebody else. I'm finna move her out the way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to defend this behavior. No, that's bad, toxic. No. Now, I don't know what happened or what clicked on or off in Nikki's head, but she break a bottle and end up butting herself upside the head. And they sitting there screaming, Bear, take her to the hospital. Bear sitting there disassociating like hell. He like, this normal for me. I live this every day. This normal. I may or may not take her to the hospital. I don't, depending on how I feel. Can I finish my beer real quick? Like, Bear he's accustomed to this behavior because it's his fault. He would have to accept that it's his fault. And I don't think he's ready for that yet because he's getting his cake and eating it too, but the cake a little spoiled. Now, when they get home, Bear trying to go take a piss, and Nikki like, where you going? He like, I'm going to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom? She's like, well, can you tell me you love me? When Bear tell Nikki, listen, maybe you need to go home. We could take some space. Nikki start crying. She said, no, please, no. Now, while she down there pleading her case to Bear, she ended up going in reverse. And that shit was scary as hell because who pressed rewind? How you do that? And then he said, stop, nigga, you scaring me. Nikki said, oh no, baby, I wouldn't scare you. I wouldn't scare you, I promise. Girl, hell to the no. Then she start like jumping, like running, jumping out the, I don't know, but it's the real Nikki, I think, trying to escape. Bear tell Nikki, listen, why don't you have the bed all to yourself? I'll go sleep at Ian's for the night. Now, Nikki go to the back and go get a knife, and she like, listen, if I get the bed to myself tonight, I'ma kill myself. I'ma slowly just feel numb until I just feel numb forever, and then I'm gone. Lights out, bye-bye, good night. And you know, Bear don't want that, so yeah. While they're in the bed, Bear ends up getting a text message from Sarah, and she's like, meet me at the park. We finna smoke, we finna 420, we need to talk. I got something important to tell you. So he end up sneaking out and meeting Sarah at the park. Now they're sitting there smoking, and she's like, listen, I got this letter from Luther. This is the last one. She hands it to him. They sitting there laughing, talking, kikiing, having a good time like friends do. But here come Nikki busting through the window and ends up pulverizing Sarah because she put a brick on the steering wheel and was banging Sarah's head against that brick. Sarah is unrecognizable. Sarah who? Nikki tells Bear, listen, you gotta help me hide this body. So he helps hide Sarah's body. It looks like it might be in a French horn case they stuffed her in. Oh God, so don't tell me her daddy gonna find her. Oh Lord. Anyways, Bear goes back to that magic shop where he bought the first One Wish Willow, and he's like, where's the One Wish Willow? He loses his mind. He got blood all over him, and that's when the dude at the register was like, well, what did you do? They over here, but what's going on? And he was like, listen, how do I alter a wish? He was like, oh, so yeah, you can't do that because once you make a wish, it's like permanent. And then we find out that he can't even get rid of this curse because he had to kill himself. You could have the other person wish something, like you know, cancel the wish. So he buy like 3 or 4 of them. Now he goes to Ian, and he's like, listen, let me tell you, I did this One Wish Willow. I thought it was fake. That's why Nikki's in love with me. That's why she's acting the way she's acting. You even said it yourself that it's not normal. And he gives Ian one. And you think Ian wishes to free Bear from the locks and the clutches and the holes of Nikki? No, he wishes for $1 billion. Bear has 1 Wish Willow left. Now he get home and he like, Nikki, I need you to do something for me. He get in the house, here go another altar. Demonic. Now he looking for Nikki, he can't find her. She's somewhere in the house. Oh, there she go. But then Bear sees Sarah's naked body. I don't know what's going on, but Sarah over there ain't got no clothes on, got on a leather jacket, naked, and face still messed up. Like, this is getting sick. Nikki start losing her mind, saying, why don't you love me? Bust herself in the head again. And I don't know why Ian popped up. You got $1 billion. You should have dipped, bro. I would have dipped. All this stuff that he been telling you about Nikki, and you decide to go over there. Stupid is as stupid does. The whole friend group stupid. Cause why? Now he come up in the house and he get 1 shot to the dome. Bow, gone. Nikki start acting crazy, crying, and Bear is consoling her, and he's like, well, let me go to the bathroom. Now he goes to the bathroom and he start downing Granny's pills. He trying to go out like the cat did. He take the rest of the bottle. Now he's about to try to make himself throw up because he feel like, listen, I ain't really ready to die. Now as he's trying to make himself throw up, something snaps. Nikki done made a wish, wishing that Bear loves her more than anything in the world. So remember this, he didn't get to throw up all his pills. Now remember that, okay? Now Bear come out the bathroom, they start laughing and giggling, and they all in love with demonic love. Bear start getting weak at the knees. I'm talking about wiggly wobbly woobly woobly. And he ends up falling out and foaming at the mouth because he didn't throw up them pills all the way. Oh, he out of here like Sandy. Nikki's over here crying, boo-hooing, and once he's fully dead, she snaps out of it because the curse has been lifted because what? Bear is dead. Now she end up dropping him like a hot ass pan onto the floor because, like I said, she ain't signed up for this. She end up getting up out of there. Let's talk about it real quick. I thought Bear was stupid as hell because all the signs were there, but he was being so selfish, he only thought about himself. He never once thought about how the real Nikki felt. I know he's seen bits and pieces of the real Nikki breaking out screaming, no, 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 and he still ignored it. I don't respect that, and he got what he got in the end. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down in the comments. It's your girl, Letty, and we'll be back quicker than you can say abracadabra.